MK Party MP and member of the Portfolio Committee of Police, David Skhosana, joins us for more. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, just last week, you and I spoke immediately after you had opened a case against Police Minister Senzo Mchunu and Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya at the Brooklyn Police Station. What will happen to that case as the President has now announced the Commission of Inquiry into the allegations?
Good evening to your viewers. I must say that the President has disappointed us today. As expected, I mean, you know that the President himself has concealed, a lot of things, in particular your Papalapala. You've got your CR-17, which is still sealed by the court. And quite astonishing as well that the President chose to have Madlanga, who still have to retire at the end of the month, whilst you have the retired Chief Justice Mkhweng. You still a former Chief Justice Sandile Ngobo. He had a spoil for choice, but indeed he chose someone who we believe, that as you know, the Chief Justice was questioning Mkhwanazi. No, not long ago. And Madlanga was part and parcel of the same thing we are talking about. Your Palapala, you name them. And your CR-17 issue when the Constitutional Court took a decision. So for me and for Umkhonto parties from where they are sitting, the President did not take the nation into confidence. In fact, I thought he would start by the minister at that point in time, or the National Commissioner at that point in time, Pele, the former minister as well of the police. This matter started many years ago. But for now, let's talk about the issue now.
Yes.
The issue is that the President has indeed, in fact, of him, trying to get a public trust, even if he's conflicted as well. He said nothing. The Commission of Inquiry is a waste of time. In fact, it's even worse for the ANC, the National Working Committee members and the National Executive Committee. He didn't show confidence in them. I think there are 86 or so. He hasn't chosen one from them. He chose Professor Kakalia. You ask yourself, he's choosing his friend as well, like he does with all the past teams. He always have his friends all the time.
So you say you say the commission. You say the Commission of Inquiry is a waste of time. In what respect?
To Richard, yes. In one respect, we are talking about the Zondo Commission as we speak here.
Yeah.
1 billion plus wasted. No one is arrested. The same people which the Zondo, so-called Zondo Commission, a state capture committee. People who are implicated, they are sitting in the cabinet. As we speak here, they are sitting in the same cabinet with him. He appointed them. And as I said, himself as well. He's a questionable character.
So at the same time, we know that National Assembly Speaker Togo Didiza has tasked 3 parliamentary committees to look into the very same allegations. What does that additional probe mean to the streamlining of bringing someone to book, as we also consider that you yourselves have opened a case at the Brooklyn Police Station last week?
For us, I think General Mkhwanazi and the National Commissioner must do the right thing. For the President to say he's putting the minister on a special leave of absence, he'll be paid. Nothing will happen. He's covered up. He was afraid of doing the right thing because maybe the minister, as he has done, the minister himself from Mkhunu, about the iPad, that report of Palapala, no one knows about it. Now, this closing of rank, as I said last week to you, that the 14 days, they are going to buy time, they are going to close rank, and I was right. The President today failed to do what he was supposed to do. He has done that with Pravin Gordhan, the late Pravin Gordhan. We are not surprised. His closing of ranks is issue of patriotism among themselves, the issue of patriotism. You ask yourself, why was he giving him a leave of absence? Because leave of absence, it means that he's going to do that. He's abusing his constitutional mandate in front of us.
So
in front of us, he's doing exactly that.
Yeah. I keep asking you about what will happen to your case. More so, just before you and I spoke, speaking to the IFP, Mkhuleka's talking about how the SAPS ecosystem is already compromised, and it makes sense to have a commission of inquiry because the very same police that you want to investigate this matter are allegedly compromised.
Let me just, before I respond on that.
Yeah.
Earlier, your colleagues interviewed a government minister against the government minister, John Steenhuisen, talking about his colleague. In this country, you have a political party, which is an opposition party, Umkhonto weSizwe party. But your colleague, because the SABC must be investigated, is captured as well. Now, coming to the issue of the case which we opened, the page-artery case against the minister, the police have to investigate that matter, and because he lied in public. In Parliament, he told us something else. Outside Parliament, he told the nation something else. That's page-artery. Number two, defeating the end of justice as well. The police, the case is open, the police has to act on that. It doesn't mean that because it's on leave of suspension, that matter is going to be mute. The matter won't be mute. But we are saying the police must go deeper. We can't be controlled by the underworld.
Yeah.
We can't have the executive, some of the executive, as alleged and backed by General Mkhwanazi, to say and substantiated his allegation. At the end of the day, the president chose to have a judicial commission of inquiry, which will take months and months, a talk shop for that matter. We've seen that. No commission has ever produced any arrest in this country. As I said earlier, some of his colleagues are sitting with him, himself as well as president. He never stepped down. Nothing happened to him. His business as usual. He's still in charge. Whilst we still have damning evidence against him.
Yeah, okay.
The Chief Justice, Sandile Ngobo, on that commission, which was, we had the report. It went to Parliament. What happened? They cover each other. Today, the SABC called a minister, John Steenhuisen, who in fact, like the last guy who spoke there, because you've got the civil society, who are going to, in fact, because you've got political parties in this country, but you've got these people who call themselves experts and, civil society. We are elected as members of Parliament. We must represent the people of this country with dignity and nothing else. We owe them.
Okay, I'm hoping I didn't hear you. I'm hoping I didn't hear you say the SABC is captured itself. But if you did, I'm hoping that you and I can expand that conversation in studio on another day, because today we're garnering reaction to what President Cyril Ramaphosa has said. So perhaps come to studio and tell us how the SABC is captured. But we do thank you for your time. MK Party MP and member of the Portfolio Committee on Police, David Skhosana.